I came in and my first job was working for someone else who was the director of the Environmental Finance Center at the time, who had just started it. I was put on doing research and helping them develop an environmental technology incubator. And from there on, moved upward and onward, and we're here today. So what a lot of people don't know is we're actually one of 10 centers across the country. And like I said, only 10, so that means Dominican has one of those 10. And each one of these centers is located at a university across the United States, and we're all located within different schools within those universities. So we're in the School of Business and Leadership, some are in engineering schools, some are in environmental planning. And we were founded by US EPA to respond to unfunded mandates, meaning basically every piece of environmental legislation that's ever been passed by Congress has pretty much come down with no money. So how do communities deal with it? How do businesses deal with it? And so that's how we came about. We were there to help EPA, to help these communities, to help the public and private sectors figure out how do we pay. And now today, probably our biggest emphasis is three-pronged. We work with a lot of Indian tribes because they are sort of the ultimate disadvantaged community in this country, and we help them develop their green economies. And then we also work with other communities, small communities that don't tend to get a lot of help or assistance in this area. We're helping them with their climate action plans, which is a requirement under California legislation, and we're helping them mitigate their greenhouse gases and also adapt to what are going to be the impacts of climate change. We're doing that with the communities of Benicia and San Rafael.
The one that comes to my mind is locally here. The city of San Rafael is a small urban kind of bedroom community for San Francisco. And that means we don't have a lot of large corporations here. But what we do have is a lot of small and medium-sized businesses, and we have, of course, the normal public agencies and government groups. And so what we've been able to do is we're working with a project called Greening for Profit. And greening for profit means how you marry thinking about doing things that make your business viable, and yet keep your mind on the balance of environmental things that would also impact your profitability and your ability to help serve your community. So that particular project, the EFC 9, is helping 8 small businesses in Marin County think about how they're going to implement environmental and sustainable practices to save money.
I was lucky enough to finish the Green MBA program because I came back to school to do that, and I was also lucky enough to work on a project with Sarah and Susan, and it was a perfect match because we're aligned in what we think is important.
Because Dominican has something to be very proud of here.
And so there's a lot of different elements, and what we bring in is an acknowledgement that it's important to work with industry rather than just to hammer them, to try to figure out how to get them to be collaborators rather than always the bad guy.
And maybe one of the most interesting projects that we had both graduates, Green MBA graduates, and Green MBA students working on, was a project for the United Nations Development Program. And it was a huge research project in which we looked at environmental finance in developing countries. How do the poor protect their environment? How do the poor get access to energy? How do the poor do sustainable agriculture? And how do you finance that? And we're just about wrapping up that right now, that document, and it will be produced by the United Nations. So we're pretty excited about that too, and we had students working alongside us on that.